In this lesson, we shall discuss about the numbers in Python. We shall see what are the different types of numbers in Python, what are the fundamental arithmetic operations which we can do with Python, and also we shall see the difference between classic division and a float division. Now, when we speak about numbers in Python, there are basically different types of numbers, but in this course we shall discuss about these two major types, the integers and the floating point numbers, and they are the most which are used in Python. So integers are nothing but simple whole numbers. They can be anything from a positive to a negative number. So for example, both 4 and -4 are considered as integers. Floating point numbers in Python are distinguished by presence of a decimal point or use of exponential notation. So these are the numbers which are fractional basically. So for example, 5.0 and -7.1 are floating point numbers. Don't get confused when I said fractional because 5.0 can be written as 5.0 divided by 1. A number like 7e2, which represents 7 into 10 square, is also a valid floating point number. Now let us switch to the Jupyter notebook. But before switching to the Jupyter notebook, I would also like to show you different examples of the integers and floating point numbers. So these are some of the examples which you can see of integers and floating point numbers. Let us now switch to the Jupyter notebook and see different kinds of operations which we can do with Jupyter notebook using Python numbers. Now, before we start using Jupyter notebook, if you want to execute a line, either you can press on this play button or also you can press shift plus command when you are in, not shift plus command, shift plus enter. Either where you are in, whether you are in Mac or in Windows. So now if I want to do an addition of a number, if I write 5 plus 1 and hit shift plus enter, it will return me 6. We will go a little bit slow now, and as we progress in the course, we'll pick up the speed. Now let us see the next operation, which is 5 minus 1. It gives us basically 4. Now why we are doing this number operations? Because when we write bigger codes, we'll use this number operations, and also we are now coming to know what are the different kind of arithmetic operations which we can do in Python. In order to do a multiplication, you have to type 5 asterisk 2. This will give you 5 into 2, that is 10. Now if you want to do a simple division, say for example 5 divided by 2, you will get the result as 2.5. Now let us try it in a different way. So what we did now is that we used single forward slash. Let us use double forward slash and see what happens. Now if you see 5 divided by 2, if we do here, the decimal part is missing. So this is what is called as the float division. It returns you only the quotient and it omits the decimal part from it. So this is the classic division, that is single forward slash, and when we use double forward slash, this is the float division. Similarly, we can also use modulo operator to find the remainder out of a division when we are dividing by a particular number. Say for example, if we are doing 13 modulo, so this percent symbol is nothing but modulo divided by 6, it should return me 1. So 1 is the remainder. Now we use this modulo operator in various use cases. So for example, if you want to see if a number is even or odd, when you are checking whether the number is even or odd, so you can do, say for example 10 modulo 2, this gives you 0. This means then that the number is even. Similarly, you can check 11 modulo 2. This would return you a non-zero value. This means that the number is odd. Also, what we can do is that we can check the power of a number. So for example, if I want to check 3 square, what I can do is that I can keep this multiplication symbol or the multiplication operator and then give the power of that number. So for example, if I want to do 3 square, what I can do is that 3 asterisk asterisk 2, it should return me 9. Similarly, by using this, what I can do is that I can find out the square root also. So square root is to the power half, which I can write as 0.5. So for example, if I write 4, then 0.5, it should return me 2. So let's move on now. And also one more important thing before moving on, I'll just hit some enter so that I have good amount of space here. What we can do is that we can also, or rather I'll put it in this way, Python supports the order of operation. So for example, if I write 2 plus 10 into 10 again plus 3, we know that according to the Badmas rule that the multiplication will happen first. So that means 10 into 10 will happen first. This means 100, and then it will add up the other values, which is 2 and 3, and the sum would be equals to 5. So 100 plus 5 would be equals to 105. Now, if I want a particular order of operation, say for example, I want to add up first. So 2 plus 3, and then I want to multiply it with something else. Say for example, 5 plus 7. And now if I hit enter, the sum which is there inside the bracket or parenthesis will happen first because bracket has a higher precedence. So these are all the operations which we can do with numbers in Python. We shall use them in our code in our next lectures or in the course of the lectures. Next up would be the variable assignments, how we use the variables. So let's meet in our next lecture.